Good evening. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to be covering chapters 16 through 18 of the Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. My name is Dallas Simon, and I really appreciate you joining me today. So let's get right into it. We're going to do a little bit differently from the last videos, and we're just going to focus on 3 key ideas from these 3 chapters. The first chapter being titled Chapter 16, Wealth's Shortcut, the Fastlane. I'm going to share the mind post of the Fastlaner. So the Fastlaner, the mind posts are just behavioral characteristics that guide the Fastlaner's thoughts and also the actions they take. Therefore, the results they get are dramatically different from the slow laner or the sidewalker as we presented in the previous videos. So the depth perception, DEBT, the debt perception of the Fastlaner is debt is useful if it allows me to build and grow my system. So as opposed to just getting a degree or a certificate that says you're qualified, debt is useful if you know for sure that you're going to invest in your business and your business is going to generate more income. It's going to bring more cash flow to you. That's the only way debt is useful. Debt is not useful if it creates education or lifestyle servitude. The time perception of the Fastlaner. This is probably the most interesting part, one of the most interesting shakers for me in the book, is that time is the most important asset I have, far exceeding money. Time is the most important asset we have. The education perception of the Fastlaner is the moment you stop learning is the moment you stop growing, okay? It's not just that leaders are readers, it's that you're reading things that are relevant for your skill set, for your industry, and you're always growing, you're always developing. When you stop that, you are no longer being on the fast lane, you're reverting to the slow lane. Money perception. So the money perception for the Fastlaner is money is everywhere and it is extremely abundant. Rather than thinking that resources and money is scarce, or why don't I have enough money right now, or where am I possibly going to find the money, just realize that money is everywhere, and money is a reflection of how many lives you've touched. So the way I see it for myself is if I don't have a lot of money right now, it must mean that I'm not being very valuable to others and not helping others as much as I should. The primary income source for the Fastlaner is earning income via business systems or money trees, rather than physical labor or clocking in and out of a job. The primary wealth accelerator for the Fastlaner is asset creation, or taking over existing assets and making them more valuable. So have you seen the people who flip real estate or flip products or resell on Amazon? Or for someone who creates an ebook or a video or art, for example, they introduce something artistic to the world. They are creating value and they're making them valuable, those assets valuable to the marketplace. The wealth perception of the Fastlaner is to build business systems for cash flow and asset valuation, okay? We aren't building businesses just based on passion. We're building businesses that we are passionate about, but that cash flow and that generate income, and that income can be tracked in and we can make more income. So the wealth equation, this is the most important part of the Fastlane. Wealth equals net profit plus asset value. We'll have to make another video kind of talking more about that, and I'll mention a little bit about it towards the end of this video. All right, and we're finishing up with the behavioral characteristics that separate a Fastlaner from a slow laner or a sidewalker, okay? These are the characteristics you want to embody if you really want to just ride on the fast lane, take advantage, and go to the next level, okay? The strategy for the Fastlaner is the more I help, the richer I become in time, money, and personal fulfillment. Paul and I were actually having a discussion today at Einstein Bros, which is a little bagel shop, and we kind of just made a routine of doing that every time I come to Austin. We go hit that place up. And we were just wondering, like, what's the most impactful thing we can do for our business today? And we came to the conclusion that if we just genuinely started helping people and just helping people get to what they want to do and what they want to accomplish, that we would be able to increase our incomes and also increase our influence at the same time. So after about 30 minutes of just talking, just shooting ideas, brainstorming, the final conclusion that what we came up to is just, hey, we just need to get out there and start helping more people and start doing more, and just not trying to push our agenda on people, just really seeing how we can use our resources and our network to help people get where they want to be. The destination of the Fastlaner is lifetime passive income. either through business or your investments. DeMarco presents this way where if you have so much money accumulated, you can just make money yearly off your interest that you collect from investments from in banks. So passive income is the goal, whether it's through your business or whether it's through the investments you have spread across, that you're making enough interest every month to support your lifestyle. And the life perception, which is the final part. Well, actually there's responsibility and control. So life is what I make it. The thing that separates the fast laner from the slow laner or the sidewalker is that they take responsibility, and they also take accountability for their actions. They modify their behavior based on the outcome they want to achieve. The life perception of the fast laner, I really love this part, is my dreams are worth pursuing, no matter how outlandish, and I understand it will take money to make some of those dreams real. So that's why I want money. I don't want money just to be a wealth hog, but when you have money, you have more options. Let's just be honest. When you have more money, there are more things that you can do. There's more influence that can be had. You can also be selfish with it. But my goal is to have more money so that I can share the wealth, build some more businesses, make more money, and I want to be a person who can give back. Hopefully you do as well. This video is my way of trying to give back. Okay, so let's go to the next idea I want to share, which is team producer versus team consumer. This comes to you from chapter 17, which is entitled Switch Teams and it's entitled Switch Teams and Playbooks. All right, and DeMarco says that losing teams use losing playbooks, but winning teams use winning playbooks. And if you want to be on the winning team, then what you have to realize is that you're losing because you're using a losing playbook. So if you learn the winning playbook and you study the winning playbook and you start acting from it, that's how you start getting wins. In short, he uses this analogy to compare to team producer versus team consumer. Team consumer is where we start off. We're born into a culture, especially if you live in America, you're born into a culture where products are your lifestyle. Like buying products is what satisfies you. Buying toys, product services, just buying in general is just, we're a consumer-based economy. So when you're on team consumer, you're only thinking about buying things. When people are marketing to you, you're only interested in spending your money. But DeMarco says, when you switch that playbook to a team producer playbook and you start first producing richly rather than consuming richly, rather than spending all your money on all these products and all this bullshit, then you can build a life where you can then consume anything you want. So when you first produce richly as a producer, when you produce richly, when you provide services, when you provide value to others, when you help others genuinely, when you help others get what they want to get, then you will develop into a lifestyle where you'll have the income, where you'll have the network, where you'll have the resources to consume and to do anything you please. When you come from a go-giver, that's what Paul said, as the book's The Go-Giver. When you go from a giving perspective, just giving all you can, the value, helping, sharing, just helping others get to where they want to get, then you can get to a level where you are a team producer. Team producer is where you understand where you can add value, or you see situations where you can add value rather than seeing situations where just buying. It's different. When you watch commercials now as a team producer, you see how the marketing hooks consumers rather than just seeing it from the product perspective. So I just really encourage you to think about that with your business or with your blog or whatever you're doing right now, is think about how you can be the best and the richest of producers. There was a quote I heard on a podcast earlier that said, our free content is better than anyone else's paid content. And I'm really just trying to model that. That was a really interesting way of seeing it, is that their free content was so good, they're offering so much value that they know it's better than anyone else's paid content. And that's why they can offer premium products and people still pay for them. All right, so the third idea in wrapping up that I want to talk about today is the upper limit, okay? The upper limit is understanding that when you're creating your blog, eventually you'll have your product or your website with your course or your service. Understanding that your upper limit is how many people you can appeal to. And when you have a product, for example, like milk, and you're trying to sell milk to a wide population, if you have people who are lactose intolerant or people who don't drink milk, or you know what I'm saying, like that, then your upper speed limit is limited or it's hindered by how many people you can reach because of certain preferences they have. But for example, the book The Millionaire Fastlane, DeMarco's premise was that everyone wants to be financially independent, at some point in their life. Everyone wants to retire as early as they can. Everyone wants to save aside money and have a rich, abundant lifestyle. So his upper limit for that book is practically infinite because, well, it's finite because a certain amount of people in the world that consume it. But his upper limit is really, really high because it can appeal to a lot of people. So just consider that when you're creating your service or your product. How can I appeal to the most people possible? And not manipulating or just being genuine, of course being genuine the whole time, but it's just like, how can I create a product that can span out globally and can also reach as many people as possible, just because it's a general product but also a specific product that reaches a certain need that people are trying to accomplish. So those are the three ideas I want to share really quickly from chapters 16 through 18, of course 16 through 18 of The Millionaire Fastlane by MJ DeMarco. I really appreciate if you like this video. I'll be doing more videos like this. I wanted to do a longer one, but this one will do suffice. Let me know what you thought about it. I really appreciate it. And the post for this video will be linked below. All right, have a nice day. Thanks for watching.